Hi. Today I want to talk to the family members of the victims of childhood sexual abuse. Please, please do me a big favor. If you have a child that came to you and told you, was brave enough to tell you what happened, I want you to stop playing the guessing game of why they didn't tell you sooner, of why they let it happen for so long. I want you to comfort that child. I want you to be a parent, to be a sister, to be a brother. Because facing, when you have to face trauma about sexual abuse, and it's not only about sexual abuse, it's pretty much about any trauma. But when you have to face trauma, it feels so much better when you have someone with you than when you do it alone. And playing the game of why they didn't tell you sooner, I'm going to tell you my story. It's not the same for everybody. But when my family asked me if, why is it that I didn't say anything? Why is it that, I mean, I let it happen for so long? This is what I guess people don't really understand. And it's that you're a child. You are, I was a child. I believe I was between 5 and 6 years old when everything started. I can be wrong. I was accused by one of my family members, and they asked me, "You didn't say anything because you liked it?" And the answer to that, do you want to know what it was? It's like, how messed up you have to be in your head for you to ask that question. That's one. Another thing that I just found out that in the guessing game, they talk about when they're talking about me and why I didn't say anything. Did she fall in love with him and that's why she didn't say anything? No. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. Some victims can actually fall in love with their abusers. It is true. But that's not the case in most cases. When you're a kid, when I was a kid, I didn't have anybody to sit down with me and talk to me about sex. Sex, it was very taboo at my house. So I didn't know what the hell was happening when I was getting abused. I just knew that it hurts and I don't want to do it. So don't touch me. Don't do it. No, I don't want to. The worst part is when you're a victim and they make you feel, and people that don't understand, family members, parents, grandparents, brother, sister, that doesn't understand, by playing the guessing game, they're making you feel worst because they're not talking to you, because they're not asking the right questions. And why they're not asking the right questions? Because, well, you don't want to get knowledge about the situation, on how to talk to a person who has been abused, how to communicate certain feelings with a person that has had a trauma. No. And that doesn't help the victim, because the victim is never guilty of what happened. Is never going to be guilty of what happened. And if you are like me, that you are a childhood trauma. I mean, that you have a childhood sexual abuse trauma. And when you spoke, when I spoke, and I said what happened to me, instead of people looking at that person, I felt like they were blaming me for what happened. And that was hurtful. That was very, very painful. So never blame the victim. Never. One. And two, if you have a child, if you have a family member that came to you and told you about what happened, stand up for them. Stand up for them. It sounds very Christian and very godly to say, I'll let the Lord handle it. But as a child, you need someone. You need someone that can defend you. I didn't have that. And I had to learn how to stand up for myself and defend myself. Knowing that God was with me. Knowing that I was in the process of healing and that God was with me all this time. So don't become one with the abuser. If you stay quiet and don't do anything, you become one with the abuser. Instead, please become one with the victim. Inform yourself about sexual abuse. Inform yourself about how to talk to a victim. And if you don't know how to do it, get help. Get help with the family for the entire family. But don't let the victim go through this by themselves. We need a community. And if you're going through this by yourself, I want you to reach out. I want you to send me a text. I want you to send me a message through this video. I'll be your family. I am here to stand up with you and to help you in whatever you need. I am praying for you. I am with you. And for the family, I just pray you can do the right thing. God bless.